Hi, if you're watching, I'm Rhiannon, talking about bread making today, so let me know if you have anything you'd like to chat about bread making wise. Hi, if you're joining, I'm just making some olive ciabatta today, so let me know if you have any bread making questions, if you make bread at home. Just waiting to put these into the oven. Yeah. Hi, if you're joining me, it's not really the day to be having the oven on at 220 degrees, but making some olive ciabatta today, chatting all things home bread baking. So let me know if you are interested in baking bread at home and chatting all things. This is the final loaf that I'll be baking. Very delicious. It smells amazing. I'm enjoying that for lunch. Beautiful bread making there. So let me know if you're joining. I'm Rhiannon. Lovely to have you. I'm about to bake some olive ciabatta. So I'm just going to put that into the oven. So that is the final bread that I'll bake. If you've got any bread making questions, then let me know. It'd be great to have you on and chat bread making. This is a delicious bread that I'm making with my membership tomorrow, so with the Bakehouse Club. So welcome. I'm not welcome. Oh, I see your name there. I'm not Australian, right? In the UK. Where is everyone based? Where are you watching from today? Is it as warm as it is here? It's a really, really warm summer's day here. So just going to be trying to keep cool whilst also having the oven on at high temperature, 230. I'm just waiting for it to heat up and then this will be going in. So just chatting about some bread making today. I'm also going to make some no-knead dough. So yeah, lots going on today. And all right. So let me know, are you a fan of olive bread? This has got black olives in it, so really delicious bread. I'm making it with my membership, so we do a live class every month. So this will be my live class for July, tomorrow on Saturday, and you can see more details of the membership in the description of this live. So if you go to, it's called the Bakehouse Club. If you go to thebakehouseclub.com, you can join the membership there. So who is there? I put them on the side of the table. I'm afraid I do have to join you in that, I'm afraid. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of the olives, but I do like to do breads that my membership have requested. So we go and do that. And yeah. Anyway, I'm going to put these into the oven. Bear with me. All right, it's just coming up to the up to temperature. and so making olive ciabatta. So people were just saying if they liked olive ciabatta or not. So yeah, we've got a couple of people there who is going to be hidden from the channel. But yeah, do give me a like if you are enjoying bread baking at home. I'm going to be putting this into really hot oven. It's not the day to be doing. Don't worry, not the day to be having the oven on. It's about 30 degrees centigrade here today, and if you're UK based, you probably do not also have air conditioning like most people in the UK, so that is always fun when it gets this warm. We usually only have a couple of days of it, but it's been about 2 weeks now where it's been really nice and warm, which is gorgeous. I will be missing it when it is the winter months and I'm not able to be baking bread and it dries really quickly. And so thank you all for joining me today. Always come on here and chat bread making. So if you do subscribe, you'll catch my lives on here. Do try and come on at least once a week. They've been on earlier this week as well, chatting all things bread making and answering some bread making questions. So that is always good fun to come on and do that. I'm going to be just chatting and making some no-knead bread as well, which is a really good one to do if it is warm where you are and you don't think you really want to be baking any bread, but you'd like some more delicious bread. If you go into the description of this live, you'll be able to see my sign up for my newsletter, and if you do sign up for the newsletter you get 3 quick and simple recipes, which includes ones that you can make in minutes at home. So those are really great if it is really warm and you're thinking I'm going to make some bread but I don't want it to be too long in the kitchen, it's too warm. Yes, thank you. I can't see your name, especially absent. Winter is still the best time to bake. Who cares if it takes long to prove? Absolutely. Well, I was just saying as well, when I was, I film for my membership club a new recipe each month, and I was just discussing on my that class that will be going into my membership about how your bread dough might rise more quickly when it's really warm. So as I said, it's like 30 degrees centigrade here today. So it might rise really, really quickly, but actually that means your dough is probably not going to have as much flavour in it. So it's really good to let your dough rise more slowly in a cooler environment, and even if you could do your dough in the fridge, you can do that. And actually I'm going to make some no-knead dough in a minute that I can do in the fridge. Not only will it stay there and I can come back and bake it, for 24, 48 hours later, but also it just rises slowly and gets loads of flavour into it. So that's a really delicious one to try as well. And actually in this type of year, like using really cold water in your recipes, or even putting ice into your recipes. So but thank you if you're joining, and I'm just waiting for the oven to get to temperature, and then I'll be putting these in, so hopefully they'll be done. They usually take about 15 minutes. Oh, there we go, right on cue. Hang on, I'll put this into the oven. All right, and added some steam there as well, which helps get a great bake on the oven. So I just chucked in a bit of water really carefully at the bottom, helps you get a really great bake on your loaf. So olive ciabattas have gone into the oven, and I will be, hopefully, we'll see where we go. They take like 10-15 minutes. So I'm going to make up, but this is the final bread that we're making. And this is what I'm making in my membership on Saturday, tomorrow morning. So if you're interested in baking more bread, the Bakehouse Club, we make lots of different breads, one every month, but there's a whole library of different bakes in there. So everything, probably something for everyone, everything from enriched breads to things like this ciabatta to breads from around the world. So we've done lots of celebratory breads, sourdough breads, quick breads, breads to share, lots of different bakes in there. So if you're interested in baking more bread at home, you can go and watch all the recorded classes in there, and it breaks them down in the portal on thebakehouseclub.com, and it will take you through different types of breads that you can bake. And so if you want to have a look at thebakehouseclub.com, or you can go and have a look in the description of this live, and you'll find more information there. So anyway, so yeah, so that's what I'm baking this weekend. I'll be making that with my members. We were just discussing if you liked olives. I have to be honest, I'm not a fan, but this was a request from a member. So I really want to kind of make sure we're baking breads that everyone enjoys baking. So putting some olives in, but you could also leave them out if they're not for you. And you get to bake this really delicious olive ciabatta. So, all right, I'm going to mix up some no-knead dough. So if you're interested in baking more bread at home, then if you sign up to my newsletter, then you can also bake some bread. You'll get 3 quick and simple recipes that you can try at home. All right, I'm gonna get some more flour. Where is everyone watching from? It'd be lovely to hear from you. Do you bake bread at home? Let me know if you do, if you enjoy baking bread at home, or if you perhaps want to try baking bread at home and you've got a question. Maybe you think it takes forever to bake bread at home. Hopefully I'll show that that isn't the case with quick and simple recipes. So you don't have to take for ages to be baking bread at home. Let me know if you've got any bread making questions as well. So starting off with some bread flour. So also just to say, if you are baking bread at home or you want to get into baking bread at home and you are looking for some new equipment, so for example, just put that really lovely new baking tray that I got. It's a really big baking tray, get loads of dough on it. But the Prime Day sale is on just today, so finishing today. So if you look in the description of my live, then there is plenty of storefront links there. There is my storefront link if you want some suggestions for bread making a kit that you can use at home. There's lots of offers on at the moment. And that is an ad. I do, if you buy something, when you click through, I may get a commission from that. But yeah, in the description of this live, you can go on my Amazon storefront and see all my Prime Day picks. There's some good ones in there. If you're in the UK, there's a really good sourdough starter kit with bannetons and a pot for your starter and bread scrapers and a lame that you use to cut the dough. That was a really good one. That was in my UK storefront. There was a similar one in my US storefront. So there's US and UK links there. So do check out the description of this live. Go and check out, there's some good deals there. Also on things like stand mixers. If you have been considering a bigger purchase, now is the time to go and have a look, because there's some good reductions on things like Kenwoods and KitchenAids, which are good, powerful mixers. I had a short on here. If you have a look at my channel, if you subscribe to my channel, you'll see a short saying about, is a stand mixer worth it? Obviously, it's an investment. It's not something I suggest you get if you don't feel like you need one or you don't want to buy one. It's definitely not something you need, but if you think you're going to be making lots of dough, stand mixer is really great. It will just mix up that big batch of dough in minutes with ease, and obviously it will do lots of other things besides bread baking. So some good deals if you are interested in getting some things like a stand mixer. I've also got some on there. I have a Kenwood trusty. Right, thank you, lovely to have you along. Rye, I bake some muffins and cookies, but I'd love to try making a sourdough. Yeah, fantastic. Hi Carrie, lovely to have you along as well. Good to see you. Thanks for joining me. So the sourdough baking, fantastic. Do check out some of the lives I've done already. I have talked about sourdough baking, and also on my channel there are sourdough videos as well to get into sourdough baking. Also what I would say is I do have an introduction to sourdough bread baking course, which takes you step by step through making your own sourdough starter, and then using that sourdough starter to make your first dough. So making a successful sourdough starter, for which I usually use rye flour. It has more natural yeast on the outside of the grain. I tend to find it makes a more bubbly starter more quickly. So do check out that. If you want more information, I'll put a link for my sourdough course, but if you go on thebakehouseclub.com and look for sourdough, you'll find my introductions to sourdough course on there as well. And it's step by step, and you get access, ongoing access for that. You can watch it on demand, watch it back whenever you like, watch the sourdough videos. and check out how to bake your own sourdough. It's a really great one to get into. It's a little bit of patience getting the sourdough started, but hopefully in the videos there's lots of troubleshooting in there as well. If you're finding that it's not quite working out how you feel, do try and answer all your sourdough and bread baking questions on there as well. But yeah, do check out the other videos as well on here that on the channel about kind of getting into sourdough baking. And as mentioned, if you're interested in getting some kit, if you've been looking and you want to get a good deal, then you should check out my Prime Day storefronts, and there's some really good offers on bread baking kit. I've collated them in my storefronts. The links are in the description, so do have a little check. And you know, things like sourdough starter baking kits, really useful. Just have the bannetons and the kit, the pot for your starter, and a lame, and which is you use to score the dough, and scrapers. Always have a dough scraper to hand. Always got one to hand. So fairly universal. So yeah, that is a small ad. If you do purchase anything, I may get a commission, but it'd be really helpful to put kind of the most useful equipment I find using around my own kitchen. Pop it on there. Also things like Dutch ovens. I really want to get one and start seeing what the difference is, because obviously that really helps concentrate the baking heat and gets a great crust on your bread. I can already smell. If you're just joining, welcome. Let me know where you're joining from if you've got any bread baking questions. I'm Rhiannon, owner of the Epsom Bakehouse. I talk all things bread baking at home. I've just popped the oven on and I've got some olive ciabatta baking in there. This is one I did earlier, so really delicious bread I'm just baking. We're doing that with my membership today, and also whilst I'm chatting I'm just making up some no knead dough that's going to go in the fridge. So let me know where you're joining from, and if you've got any bread making questions, always happy to have a chat, see if I can answer them. Can't promise, but it's also so warm today, and I hate to be that British person that says about the weather. Personally, it's a national obsession. If you're in the UK, let me know if you are also really warm. No air conditioning, it's quite warm. So all the dough is proving really quickly. And let me know if you've got any bread making questions. But yes, it is super, super warm. So I've just put some yeast and salt into that flour. So just making some no knead dough here. Really simple, overnight in the fridge, and you can get the recipe if you sign up for my newsletter, which again, link in the comments. You can sign up and you get, as a thank you, you get 3 quick and simple bread recipes, and they include this one. So really quick recipes that you can do whilst it's really warm, if it is warm where you are, and without kind of spending too long in the kitchen. So final ingredient, as always, in bread dough, some water. Using cold water today. It's going to go in the fridge anyway. Hopefully I've put the right amount of flour in. Wasn't particularly paying attention, but yeah, welcome if you are joining. Let me know where you're joining from. Is it as warm where you are, or perhaps we sometimes have people on the other side of the world and they obviously in winter. So all right, let's see. I will concentrate on putting this water in. I can start to smell that bread baking. I've just put some olive ciabatta in the oven to bake. The dough is baking. I can smell it, even though it's ridiculously warm. It does smell amazing. All right, so these no knead doughs, they work because you make a really liquid dough. Stir that up. So it's really liquid, and then you just pop it into the fridge, and the yeast will still work in the fridge. So it's a really great one to do when you don't have much time. You can see, obviously, if you're not yakking it away like I am, that can take like 2 minutes to knead, or not even knead, just mix it up. And then, you know, you can go about your day if you did that at breakfast time, go about your day, and then come back and it will be ready to bake later on today. So into the fridge, obviously. The yeast will still work at the cold temperatures of the fridge, and when the yeast are working, they will produce gas and rise your dough. So lots of bread baking going on, and that will come back and that will be ready to go. So instead of trying to force your dough to rise really quickly in the heat, there is better if you can let it rise more slowly, and you'll get lots of flavour into your dough. So that's always a good one. So yeah, do check out the description of this live, and you can see where you can sign up, or you can go to theepsonbakehouse.co.uk/sign up and sign up there. And as a thank you, get those recipes. Join my newsletter and you'll get more bread making tips and recipes and information about online classes. Just chatting about my membership as well. This is what we're baking in my membership today. So olive ciabatta, always a really delicious one. Just always good fun to join in and see what everyone bakes when I enjoy seeing what members bake after they've joined a class. All right, let's see how long we've got. Oh, a couple of minutes. I'm just going to see how it's looking. Looking good. I've also steamed up my glasses. All right, well, welcome if you're just joining. I'm Rhiannon, owner of the Epsom Bakehouse. Lovely to have you along today. Let me know if it's boiling also where you are. The weather is pretty warm. Probably not the best day to have the oven on, but enjoying chatting along today, getting lots of questions. We were just chatting as well about sourdough baking. If that's something you're interested in getting into, let me know. I do have a step-by-step course to teach you. By the way, shower cap, really great thing. Just pop it over and then your dough is good to go. So that's always a good one. So yeah, stops your dough drying out. So always cover your dough before you leave it to rise. But the shower cap is a good one with the elastic. I obviously only use these in the kitchen, and you can wash and reuse them as well. So I did see on, again, I was just talking about equipment, some really more sturdy bread bowl covers or bowl covers that were a bit more sturdy plastic, might withstand the rigours a bit more of baking and being washed repeatedly. Again, that was in my Prime Day storefront. You can click on the links in the description of this if you did want to check that out. Probably a bit more sturdy, they'll wash a bit more. I was tempted to get some. Let me know if there was anything you were tempted to get. I've already looked at Dutch ovens and also these kind of slings that you put your dough on, and then it helps you, because the Dutch oven, you normally use it by preheating it in the oven, cast iron Dutch oven, but then obviously how do you get your dough in without, you don't want to touch it, you don't want to burn your hands, but yeah, these silicone slings that you can use to lower your dough in. I thought that was quite good, but something to test out. Right, this will be going in the fridge now. That was so simple, just making that. And I said you can get the recipe if you're in the description. You can click the link to sign up to my newsletter and get the recipe for that no knead dough. So it still rises, the yeast still work in the fridge, and they still produce gas, so it stretches out and kneads without kneading your dough. Very, very slowly stretches it out. The dough becomes stretchy and elastic as the flour absorbs the water, and it's a really good one to try out. It gets lots of flavour into your dough as well. All right, so that's going to go into the fridge in a minute. I'm just waiting for my ciabatta to finish baking. I'm just going to stretch and fold the dough I made earlier. Oh, we've only got 10 seconds. I'm going to grab that out of the oven before it burns. I'm sorry you can't smell that, but delicious ciabatta fresh out of the oven. It smells absolutely amazing. Really, really delicious bread. It's really light and fluffy in the middle. Let me know if you've made ciabatta before at home. It's going to be a really nice one. It's absolutely radiating heat. That is definitely not what I needed today. I need a fan. It's pretty warm today. So that is a beautiful, delicious loaf of bread going on there. So wonderful. It's going to be nice to cut in. Now try not to cut into it. Get that onto a cooling rack. Let me just get my cooling rack. Get that onto a cooling rack straight away so it doesn't go all soggy underneath. No soggy bottoms. And then right. That is is it? Can I do the transfer? Or I'm going to burn my fingers. So light and airy. It's absolutely steaming. Sorry you can't smell that. It's really delicious. They've just kissed in the oven there, so you get that really nice. You can see inside how light and airy it is. Lots of little. It's going to be a really delicious loaf to enjoy tomorrow. So I'm just going to let that cool, let the air circulate, and let that cool down. That's going to be my olive ciabatta. I'll be baking with my membership later today. So yeah, always let your bread cool down. It's so tempting to tear into it as soon as it comes out of the oven. It smells absolutely amazing, really delicious. But all of that moisture and water that you've kneaded into the dough is like steam in there. So you don't want that escaping and staling your loaf before you've even got to try it out. So do let it cool, however hard it is, however delicious it smells. It's actually probably the one time I don't want the warm bread near me. It's warm enough in here with the warm weather. So I'm going to pop that down, and yeah, so when it's cut open, this is the one I made earlier. It's delicious, light and airy, beautiful loaf. So it's a really nice one to try at home. Relatively simple, and be making that with my members later today. Well, later this weekend. Alright, and this is the dough, nice and wobbly. You can probably see there, really wobbly dough. So it should be really well risen. You want it to be kind of jelly-like. Might be able to see some bubbles in there. So really want to let your dough rise really well and let it develop those flavours when you're baking bread at home. That kind of patience. Go off and do something else. Chat to people on YouTube live and wait for your dough to rise. I've stretched and folded this as well, so it builds up some strength in the dough. So this is what I'm making with my members tomorrow. So you can check out the Bakehouse Club in the description. And also if you're kind of looking for some more bread making kit or equipment, there's lots of my Prime Day deals as well, and the links there, so do go and have a little look in the description of this live if you're interested in bread making kit, or if you're interested in joining the Bakehouse Club. Lots of different breads in there, something for everyone. I think if you like enriched breads, we've done things like lots of delicious sweetened things like festive breads, and I think we have panettone in there. It's not in season for that, but we're coming around soon enough. And lots of breads from around the world, things like breadsticks, tear and share breads, sourdough breads, lots of different breads in the Bakehouse Club, something different. We did vegetable breads, breads with kind of vegetables in last month, done baking with different ingredients, things like oats, potatoes. Have you ever tried putting, obviously if you are in certain countries like Ireland, you definitely use potato bread. It's really delicious, but you can put potatoes into your loaf of bread. It makes really delicious creamy bread. So yeah, lots of different things to use in your bread, and we've tried all of those different recipes in there. So the Bakehouse Club, you can see the link to find out more in the description of this video. All right, well, I'm just going to stretch and fold this dough so it's oiled around the edge, so hopefully I won't stick to it too much. It's really soft and stretchy. You can see how much it's stretching out. This just builds up the gluten structure in it. And hi, if you're just joining, let me know where you're joining from, or whether you like to bake bread at home. Always like to hear more about what people are bread baking at home. Perhaps you're not at the moment if it's really warm summer's day, but let me know if you're baking bread at home, if we're interested in baking bread at home. All right, all stretched and folded. It's going to go rise a bit more. Trusty shower hat back on. And I will leave that to rise. It's not going to take too long, and then I'll be putting it into the oven to bake yet more olive ciabatta. Really delicious. All right, well, that was all the breads. I've got to go and put my no-knead dough into the fridge. As mentioned, if you're just joining, hello. Let me know if you've got any bread making questions or where you're joining from. Always lovely to have you along. And look. Always good to hear what you're baking at home. We've been already discussing no-knead dough. I've just made some no-knead bread dough, and you can get that if you sign up to my newsletter. You'll get that quick and simple recipe as well as a thank you. And also I was just baking some olive ciabatta that I'm making with my membership at the weekend. And now I've just been stretching and folding my dough, and we've been chatting different bread making techniques and chatting different bread making questions as well, so it's been lovely. But at such a warm and sunny day, I think I will go and let you go back to trying not to overheat if it's warm where you are, and I will be back on very soon to do another live. As mentioned, if you want to sign up for my newsletter, do check out the description as well, and if you are interested in getting more bread making kit, then also my storefront links are there. I do get a small commission if you buy, I may get a small commission if you purchase anything through those links, but they are in the description of this live. But otherwise, I will be back on very soon to chat all things bread making. It's been lovely to catch up this morning. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Friday and your weekend. Take care.